Hi folks, and welcome to the Money Mental UK YouTube channel. For those of you new to the channel, my name's Andrew, a part-time eBay reseller and a mental health advocate. And today I'm coming at you with some of my favourite sales from October. I think I've missed a couple of months of sales updates, so apologies for that. Been busy shipping out orders and listing stuff and whatnot. But yeah, I thought it was time to do another sales update video for your viewing pleasure. So I'll follow the usual format here. I'll pick out a few sales. I say a few, there's probably a couple of dozen sales from the month of October that I feel might be of interest to viewers. I'll follow the usual format where I'll tell you what I picked up, what I paid for it, and what it sold for. Give you a rough indication of what sort of profit I saw on it, and hopefully it'll give you some inspiration in terms of looking out for items to resell on eBay yourselves. So we'll get into it. Item number one. This is Outrun 2 on the Xbox. I picked this up in a charity shop. I think it cost me about £2 or £2.50. And it sold for £14.99 with free shipping. So yeah, well worth looking out for these original Xbox games. Not all of them are worth money. I've got one here, for example, this FIFA 2005. It's only worth a couple of pounds, but this one worth £14.99. So yeah, definitely look out for these. The Outrun series seems to do quite well. Roughly about sort of £8-9 profit as well in that, so good return. Next, a bit of retail arbitrage. Picked up these Jurassic World figures in, I believe it was Home Bargains. I had a few of these as the last one to sell. They were £3.50 each. Initially, when I started selling them, I was getting about £14.99 free shipping for them. This final one, I reduced because I had it up for sale for quite a while, and it sold for £9.99. Overall, well into profit on all of these. Even at £9.99 from £3.50, cost £3 to ship it. Taking off your fees, there's still a pound or two profit in it, which is okay for RA. But as I say, with these things, the market does tend to get flooded quite quickly when other people start seeing you picking them up and selling them for a profit. So that is one of the things to work out for RA. But overall, I made quite a bit of money on these figures, so I'm quite happy with that. Next, another Xbox game. This was actually on the 360. It's the Midnight Club Los Angeles Complete Edition. Picked this up as part of a bundle of games at a car boot sale. It cost me £2. It was in brilliant mint condition. Sold for £14.99 free shipping again. So yeah, from £2 into 15, nearly sort of £10 profit on that, for about £8-9 profit. So yeah, well worth looking out for media. People say sports titles don't sell, but I do find that racing games tend to do okay, as you can see. Next, another piece of retail arbitrage. This is a bundle of stuff I put together from Home Bargains. These cost less than, I don't know why it says one available because I've sold out. These cost less than £2. Sell them individually, not really worth it. Put the two together and I was selling them for £7.99. They cost less than £1 to ship because the two together weighed under 100 grams. So I was making about £4 profit on each bundle. I actually had a lot more than the 5. I sold dozens of these before I stopped selling them in Home Bargains. So again, another piece of RA that made me a lot of money. Very little initial investment as well. And I just kept reinvesting and ended up making a substantial amount of profit. So do think about bundling stuff together if you're doing RA. Next, another piece of retail arbitrage. Again, the right says there's one available. Picked up these for £5 in Home Bargains again. Was consistently selling these. This one actually sold for £15.99, not £13.59. The final one I just put on a 15% off sale, just to get rid of it, just take up a bit of space. But yeah, this was £5 into £15.99. Taking off your shipping fees, etc. Still about £6 profit. So doubling my money on retail arbitrage was really good. I picked these up in the summer. They didn't start selling until this went crazy in October. So obviously people buying them for Christmas, but did really well out of those. So really happy. Next, this is something I picked up at a car boot sale. Um, this cost me £5. Some quality early camera work there. This is before I got my light box. Second hand item, all the way from America. You couldn't buy this in the UK. Yeah, paid £5 at car boot sale for it. I actually sold it on an offer for £18.99 plus £10 shipping because it went over to France. It cost about £9 to ship it. So yeah, 5 into 18. Nice return, over £10 profit. Plus shipping was paid for because it was international. So yeah, over £10 profit on it, but it did hang about for a while. It's one of those items where you just have to wait for the right buyer to come along. So I think this was listed for about 4 or 5 months before it sold. But I knew it'd sell. I made up a price because there was nothing else like it. And I did okay out of it. Next, again, it's another good Q4 items. Harry Potter Seen It, second edition. Seems to have a bit more money than the first edition in it. The contents on this were partially sealed. Again, it's gone on the table. This before I had the light box. This cost me £2 in a charity shop. Sold for £13.99 free shipping, but it just sold really quickly. I do find that these Harry Potter Seen It, if you can get them cheap enough, even though there's a lot listed, do tend to sell, quite quickly, which is good. So £2 into 14, probably about £6-7 profit on it. So happy enough with that. Next, you'll see a few clothes on this. This is when I really started getting into my clothing. This is my old mannequin setup though, before I had the lights and everything that I've got in place now in the background. But I picked this blazer up, paid £3 for it in Sue Ryder, and it sold for £20. So yeah, really pleased with that. Over £10 worth of profit, and starting to see the clothing sales come through and making me some decent money, which I'm really happy about. Next is a brand new sealed DVD box set. This is just a stock picture. This costs £5 in a British Heart Foundation, so it is worth checking out British Heart Foundation. I know people say it's overpriced, etc., but you can still pick up decent stuff. I picked up 2 box sets in there for £5 each. They both went for in excess of £20. This one went for an offer of £25. It took about 3 months to sell, but I had priced it high at £29.99. But yeah, from £5 into 25, totally shipping and fees. I've still made £13 profit on that, so sort of really happy with that. Next, just included this to show that there is money in VHS videos. This came as part of a bundle of videos I picked up. It owes me pennies, maybe 20p, something like that. It's the second video from that bundle to sell. I think the first one went for the bundle cost me about a £5. I think the first video went for about 12 quid. This one went for an offer of £7.50. So, if we say the first video, well, even if we say this costs 20p, into £7.50, take off your shipping, I've made a couple of pounds profit on it. And as I say, I'm well into profit on that bundle overall. Now, I'm just off the first video, so this is just all sort of gravy for me, really. And it just shows that VHS videos do sell if you're selective about what you pick up. And next, just to show a sort of random items that can sell. This Hornby step-by-step guide to railway modelling on a CD-ROM. It cost 10p. And it sold for £4.49. I've accidentally put the condition as new on that. It wasn't new, it was second hand. So good for I didn't get a complaint on that. That should have been used. But yeah, it cost 10p, sold for £4.49. So well worth looking out for these sort of railway and model railway sort of CDs, ROMs, etc. Even though they're quite old, they do They do seem to sell. I mean, this sold within a couple of weeks of being listed, and it's maybe a couple of pound profit, so I'm happy with that. Next, this is World Is Not Enough on PlayStation 1. You can start seeing this is on my new lighting box. I think it's one of the first items I photographed in it. It was a market stall. It's selling not selling PS1 games. They were just selling some cheap titles. I think it was something like 3 for £2. So I just grabbed 3 off it. This was one of them. Sold for £5.99 free shipping. It cost £1.32 to ship it. You know, if we say that this cost me about 70p, something like that, into £5.99, it's a couple of pound profit on it. But I've included it to show it's well worth looking at sourcing in places that wouldn't occur to necessarily to other people. As I say, this come from a market store. You got a local market near you. Give them a look. You can often find stuff like this there that you can resell. Next, this Tom Waits CD. I basically, you may remember there's a Sorted on the Budget video a while back where I'd bought a whole load of CDs for 99p, local collection only, on an eBay auction. This is one of the CDs in there. Owes me pennies. Sold for £3.49. It weighed less than 100 grams. Cost just under £1 to ship it. You know, so including shipping for £1 on this, take off your fees, etc. Basically, this CD alone in its sale has paid for that big job lot of CDs. I've sold a few others from it as well, so I'm well into profit. So yeah, if you can source stuff cheap enough, you will make money. Next, this Racing Champions 50th anniversary 24 karat gold stock car. I bought 2 of these, £10 each at Car Boot from a sort of regular contact there. He charges up for stuff, but it's quality stuff that he has like this that is quite rare and collectible. So I had 2 of these. I sold them both for £30 each to the same buyer, so £60 in all. I haven't got the other one. I haven't included in this. But yeah, 20 into 60. Take off your shipping, your fees, etc. I've still more than doubled my money, made over £20 profit on that. Again, it's something that did have to wait for the right buyer to come along. I think I actually got it at the same time as I got that truck as well, although that truck was from a different person at the car boot. But these sort of collectible items, rare one-off pieces, again, make up your own price. I put £44.99 on this, and eventually, you know, got offers of £30, which I was more than happy to accept. So, well worth looking out for these collectible pieces. Car boot sales, you will find them, and you can sort of command the market on it. And this is something I had for absolutely ages. Picked this up in a charity shop for £3, sort of brand new leak pad pack, but I didn't realise that it was for quite an old version. So this was sat for, must have been over a year without selling, gradually reducing the price. Always getting watchers on it, sending out offers to buyers, but no bites. Then eventually had an offer of £15 for it, which I was more than happy to accept. It was over small parcel size, so it cost a few quid to ship. I think I ended up making about £3 or £4 on it. So yeah, if you are picking up stuff like this, make sure that it's compatible with the latest or a fairly recent version. This was something that whatever it's compatible with was a few years out of date, and so therefore it hung around for a very long time before it sold. Next, just another bread and butter sort of media pickup. Cost £1, sold for £6.99. Originally, when I listed this, they were going for about £8.99 or £9.99, but the price dropped, so I had to reprice it and relist it. So it's well worth, and then it sold in a few days. So it's well worth checking your listings, checking the prices on stuff within a couple of every sort of 2 to 3 months. I do it because the market does change. If you've got your stuff priced too high, it won't sell. So I repriced this, put it on for £6.99. It sold within a few days. So just included that as an example of doing that. But yeah, again, sort of maybe £3-4 profit. This another car boot pickup, brand new Jabra Cruiser, um, Bluetooth sort of thing. Paid 20 quid for this, and then didn't list it for about 6 months, 7 months. At the time that I bought it, it was about an 80 or £90 item. So it was worth, it's well worth picking up at 20 quid. But because I didn't list it for so many months, they actually brought out a new model, and that tanked the price on it on the old model, which this was. So I actually ended up selling this on an offer of £35 plus £10 shipping because I went aboard, and I did my own international shipping. So potentially what could have been a £20 to £90 sale became a £20 to £35 sale, and that was doing well actually, because I think there was some going for 30. I just put 60 on it just in the hope, they had a decent return on it. So yeah, £20 to 35. I mean, I've made a few quid profit on it, but nothing major. But if you do pick up pieces of technology like this, list them as soon as you get them, because new models do come out and the prices do change and drop as a result. Don't sit and wait a few months to get it sold like I did. Next, this Walking Dead Compendium. This cost me about £2 as part of a bundle of books at a charity shop. I just did a bulk deal on them. I think about £10 for 20 quid, all sort of graphic novels and whatever. Listed high at £22.99 because I think that was the price on Amazon, and there weren't any listed on eBay at the time. After about 2 months of listing it, got an offer of £14, which I was more than happy to accept. Did weigh more than 2 kilos, which didn't really think about when I accepted that offer. So I ended up making less profit because it cost more to ship it, but I still made about sort of £4 or £5 profit on it, which I was sort of happy enough with. So yeah, always worth looking out for your graphic novels, etc. But do be careful of the weight of them. I should have been able to tell from picking this up it weighed more than 2 kilos, but it'd been a while since I'd touched it when I accepted the offer. So yeah, just something to watch out for there, but nice little profit. And here I said there'd be no more sort of clothing in, again my old sort of setup, but picked up this Lambretta denim jacket, nice sort of lining to it as well. Cost £5 in the charity shop. It was listed for about 3 or 4 months because I listed it in the summer, and obviously with that lining it's more appropriate for the winter. And yeah, it sold for £24.99 free shipping. So for £5, I've made well over £10 profit on that. So I'm really happy with the return on that. Didn't put a lot of effort into listing it either by the looks of that picture. So yeah, really pleased. This another piece of media. Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War complete collection. 4 PC games on 3 discs. Basically, this cost £1 in a half price sale in a charity shop, but even at £2 I bought it. Sold it on an offer for £11. So yeah, it's well worth looking out for media. This is on PC. You do need to check with the PC games whether they're single use only. Usually tell you on the back. This one wasn't, so I was able to sell it for a decent price and make £6-7 worth of profit. So happy enough with that. This another car boot pickup. This Upper Baby safe travel bag for putting a buggy in when you go on a plane, as far as I can work out. Paid £7.50 after a bit of haggling for this at a car boot sale. One where I actually turned up just half an hour before it closed as well, and this was still sort of sitting there waiting to be picked up. It sold within a week of listing. I priced it high at £69.99, which is at the top end of what people are asking, and I had an offer of £55, say within a week of listing it, and I thought £7.50 into 55, I'll take that all day long. So yeah, I made £30-40 worth of profit on that. well worth looking out for this Upper Baby sort of branded stuff. Does seem to go for good money. And then next, a nice DVD box set, 6 Feet Under, complete series collector's edition, 24 disc set. Picked up 2 of these within a few days of each other, which is crazy. First one I paid £5 for, that sold for £24.99. Just used the same pictures again for this one. This one actually cost £3. Checked in the charity shop, it was complete. Just check, even though it's 24 discs, spend the time checking to see that they're complete, because you don't want to get home and find out that it's not. So yeah, picked this one up, £3 into 25, about £15 profit. Nice return. It just went small parcel. It was a tight squeeze actually, because it's quite a large thing. But yeah, really pleased. As I say, I sold 2 of those. Picked up 2 of those within a sort of week or 2 of each other. They both sold within a week or 2 of being listed as well. So actually, you know, did 8 into 50 on these, because they both sold for full asking price. And then next, this V8 British Coal model, handcrafted. Again, this using my new light box. I found this in the house. There was a bundle of stuff I picked up for £10 off Facebook Marketplace. No, sorry, off eBay, an eBay auction. There were a couple of these in it. I've just sold the other one last week. I just listed them at £12.99, which seems to be about an average price for a coal model. And yeah, this one sold within 2 days of being listed. The other one's taken a couple of months longer to sell, but yeah, basically it works out as it cost me about 25p in that bundle. So into £12.99, take off your shipping, etc. It's about £7-8 profit. So again, nice pleasing sale, and it sold really quickly. This is a brand new and sealed Seen It Music quiz DVD game. Typical sort of Q4 sale, this really. This cost me £3 in a charity shop. Literally only picked it up because it was sealed. At the time they were going for £9.99. But I knew as it come towards Q4 that the value of these would increase. So I listed this for £13.99. Forgot about it, and as soon as we hit Q4, so I listed this in in fact I only listed it in September. So as soon as we hit Q4, sort of a month or so later, a few weeks later, it sold for the full £13.99. Net me about £5 profit. So nice little sale. And again, this another item cost me £1 in charity shop in the summer. For Easter even. This 8th of May I listed this, and that was in a few days of getting it. Yeah, literally only picked it up, which was £1, because I couldn't see any of these having sold on eBay. So just put it on for £10.99. As I said, I was listed for about 5 months before it sold, but Q4 hit, and out this went. From £10.99 again, with a £5-6 profit. So happy enough. This was a pleasing sale. This coat cost me £6 in a charity shop. Literally it sold within an hour of listing for £45. So yeah, really pleased. 6 into 45, really nice return. And yeah, I mean that was listed on the 18th of October, and it had sold on an offer within minutes. It might have been 15-20 minutes of that listing. So perhaps could have asked for more money on it, but £6 into 45, you know, well, 30 quid profit nearly. So yeah, I'm not going to sniff at that. Well worth looking out for these sort of official branded sort of sports coats for the big teams. Oh, I've just accidentally closed one by mistake, but never mind. This, I can't even say it, but this Architects, I think it is, coat, again, this cost me £8 in a charity shop. Probably slightly underpriced it, but there'd been one similar to this that had sold for about £55. So I put £69.99 on it. Again, bid within an hour of listing it for 50. I thought 8 into 50, I'll happily take that. Again, well over £30 profit, so really pleasing sale there. And this is another item that again sold within a few hours of listing. This Wrexham shirt cost me £2. Took an offer on it of £18, which wasn't happy to do for a quick sale. Over £10 sort of profit on that. So another pleasing clothing sale. And then one more, this Hawks t-shirt, size small, which is not ideal. Come off a pound rail, so cost £1. Again, sold within a few hours of listing for an offer of 20, which I was more than happy to do. Couldn't even bother taking the shirt off. I made up the price on this because there wasn't anything comparable. £1 into 20, over £10 profit, gone within a few hours. That's the kind of return I want to see. This was listed for absolutely ages. This Thomas Webb cut crystal ball. I think I paid £5 for this in a charity shop. It sold for £22.99. Netting me just about £10 profit on that. So happy enough with that, but ignore the fact that this is October. This is something that I picked up in January and was listed in January. But what I do, as I mentioned, every 2 and 3 months I end listings and do sell similar on them again. This was an item where I'd done that. I'd ended up on the 15th of October. I then sold similar on it, and it sold within about a week of being relisted then. So well worth doing that, I think. Yes, another item that sold really quickly within a few days of well, within about a day or so of being listed. These were sort of really nice. They cost a fiver. I didn't sell them for the full £39.99. I had an offer through of 26 quid, and I thought for a quick sale from a fiver, we're looking at about £13-14 profit. I'm happy to take the quick profit and reinvest it. So yeah, really pleased to see those sketches go so quickly. That was top end as well. Most of them had sold for 30 quid, so I was pushing the market a bit with that price. Next, this cost me a fiver. Don't know why the picture was taken on my bed and not in the light box. I may not have been at home, because this sold again within a couple of weeks of being listed. These Digisenders cost £5. Actually went abroad, well, I say abroad, to Ireland, so there's £10 shipping paid on top, and it cost about £10 to ship it. So it sold for £24.99 plus a tenner. Cost a fiver in my local tip shop. So yeah, just really pleased with the turnaround there on that, and that £24.99 was bang on the money for the market as well. So really pleased to get those sold. Probably about £12-13 profit on that. Oh, I've closed another item. Right, hang on. I wanted to tell you about that one. So we'll just, if you bear with me, we'll just go into the. I might just close some of these windows as well, the ones that I've shown you, just so they're not big. Right, yeah, I wanted to show you the story of this one, so let's see if I can fetch that up. Bear with us, folks, when we go through the technical difficulties. Oh, come on. Right. Oh, cannot manipulate a computer under pressure. Right, let's see if I can find this sale and the sales history. Nothing is quicker than eBay. Right, yeah, right down here. Here we go. Right, so this that I'm bringing up now, is High School Musical TV. It was brand new, it had never been used. Picked it up in a charity shop for £20. Obviously, it was quite old. It doesn't have built-in Freeview. God, that's my sofa. I can't believe I included that as a picture. Um, anyway, yeah, it was brand new. Yeah, that's a terrible picture. No, it didn't. It took ages to sell. It cost me 20 quid in a charity shop. Took it out to test it because it was obviously a few years old, and had it listed for ages and ages without it selling. Didn't realise that I'd used those pictures, so that clearly explains why. Didn't have free view of it either, unfortunately. But yeah, put that it was open, never used. It's been removed to confirm that it's fully working and to fit batteries to remote control. Doesn't come with Freeview built in, so I need a separate Freeview box. But yeah, really nervous about shipping this one. I was really nervous. Had a offer come in at £55. Accepted it because it had been listed so long. And then when I checked the buyer's address, they actually lived just down the road from me. So I was like, wow, brilliant. So I messaged the buyer and I said, look, I said, I'm not far away from you. I can deliver this item in person to you if you're happy to pay cash on collection for it. So the buyer said, yeah, they were fine with that, no problem at all. And so I was able to deliver it to them. So it's always worth looking if you've got something that you, especially, decent value item like this. Always look to see the buyer's address when they've bought it from you, because sometimes you can, as I say, deliver these things in hand, in person, so to speak, and you can make, it's costing you the petrol money, but you're not having to trust something like this to a courier that may damage it in transit, and you've got a happy buyer. But do make sure you go cash on collection. So this one I had cash on collection as an option, so I could just mark it as paid on eBay, and yeah, for me 20 quid, knocking off the cost of fuel, etc. I've still doubled my money on this item, so really pleasing there. Right, let's just see if I can get back to where we were. Just skip past some of these items now, and we should be there in a second, folks. Nearly there. Yeah, here we go. This, again, another bog standard media pickup. Paid £1.50 for this in a charity shop, and it sold for £11.99. So well worth looking at these sort of games, because you can make a decent return. I normally put a note in to say that any downloadable content isn't, it's pre-owned, and any downloadable content therefore may have been used. I've for some reason not put it on this one, but it's sold. I've had no issues with it. It sold a couple of months ago. So yeah, £1.50 to £11.99, £7-8 sort of profit. So yeah, another pleasing sale. And then this, something that took ages to sell. I don't think the pictures helped it, to be honest. But I paid £2 for this in the charity shop. Got lots of watches on it, sending out offers to buyers, etc. It actually sold, I don't know why it says £14.99, it's actually sold for £12.99, free shipping. Again, this is just an item I've relisted. It was due to be relisted again, but for whatever reason I'd missed doing that. But yeah, it sold for £12.99, not £14.99, so I may have sold at an offer. £2 and £12.99 is okay, but it took so long to sell that I probably wouldn't bother picking something like this up again. It just takes too much time. It's only small, fortunately, but yeah, I'd rather stuff that's quicker turnover. And then this is a brand new and sealed PC game. Paid £1 for this at car boot sale, and it adds Robinson's local indoor car boot. In fact, I picked it up from in Northwich. So yeah, there was It sold on an offer of £8.99. It cost £1. Um, it was brand new and sealed. The buyer actually messaged me a couple of days after to say they couldn't install it. There was no, it was having issues. There was nothing I could do for it to help it. I was like, I said I'm really sorry, but it says it's compatible Windows XP, Vista, and 7 on the description. I think they were using Windows 10. I said, so I can't obviously say that it's compatible with that. If you want to return it as a change of mind, that's within your right, but obviously using the enhanced seller protection, which I'm not sure that actually come out then, I can only issue a partial refund, because obviously you've taken it out, removed it and used it, and it's you've not followed the description. In fact, actually, I did say I wouldn't accept a refund on it for that basis. If they don't win their case, they might have had a chance, but it didn't. So yeah, but buyer error there. He'd not read the fact that I'd put the operating systems in it. As soon as I drew the attention to the fact that I had, they just sort of went away, so to speak. So yeah, do make sure when you're selling these items that you list what operating systems it's compatible with. It's on the back of the box, back of the case. So just always put that in the listings. Don't need to worry about it being single use only or anything like that, because it was brand new and sealed. But did need to worry about making sure that I listed what operating systems it worked with. This Die Hard Trilogy PC CD game thing. This was just part of a big box release. It was just the game itself in the CD case. It wasn't the rest of it. But I actually found this in amongst a pile of CDs. They're doing 10 CDs for £1 at the tip shop, and quite often they're mixing dual case sort of PC games like this. So yeah, pulled this out. Cost me 10p, sold for £5.09. So that game paid for the entire 10 CDs that I picked up for £1. It paid for all of it and made me a bit of profit on top as well. So well worth looking through those CDs to see if they've missed anything like this, because 10p into a fiver, more than happy with that. Next, this is disc only. Wii Sports Resort, sold for £5.94 on a 15% off sale. Whenever I pick up a piece of media, I always check in the cases in it, and quite often I find that, I say quite often, sometimes I find that there's a couple of discs in there, not just the game itself, but something else. This was a case of that. Picked this up at car boot for £1. It was in a case of another game. That other game I sold for about £7, and this sold for £5.94, and it cost under £1 to ship it, 'cause it weighed less than 100 grams as well. So it was a freebie effectively that has made me sort of £3 or £4 profit. So happy with that. Only just the one picture of the disc as well. That's all I needed. Next, this again, an old sort of lighting and background setup, but these Tommy Hilfiger jeans cost me £3 in a charity shop. Sold within a couple of days on an offer of £20, which I was more than happy with. And I'm pretty sure as well that actually, if I can try and find it, why are you not bringing up the picture that I clicked on? That's weird. Okay, it's not bringing up the right pictures, but I'm sure these had shrunk. Waist 34 and leg 34, but they'd shrunk and now suit a 33 leg. That's a typo there in the description. But yeah, they sold. I put waist 34, leg 33, because when I measured the leg, that's what they came out with. So always worth noting when you pick up a pair of jeans or trousers or something like that, do take your own measurements. Don't just go off the ones that are listed on it, because these things do shrink. But even shrunk, they still sell okay. So yeah, they cost £3, sold for an offer of £20, which I'm more than happy with. Nice easy sort of over £10 profit again. and they sold within a couple of days of being listed, so really happy with that. Next, a Scale Electrics Mclaren P1. This was I couldn't sell it. I didn't sell it as brand new, even though it looked like it had never been taken out of its box, just because I think there was a couple of sort of marks to the case itself. So I just said it's in good use condition, used as a display piece, because you know it was quite obvious that it had never been the vehicle itself had never been used. Came as part of a bundle of stuff for the car boot for a tenner. So it owed me about £2.50 as part of that bundle, and it sold for an offer of £30 in the end, which is more than happy with. You know, what, nearly 20 quid profit. So really pleased with that. So well worth looking out for these Scale Electrics vehicles, especially if you get them in their sort of box like this in good condition, because they do sell for good profit. And yeah, that sold within a few weeks of being listed 11th of October, and it sold about the 25th or 26th, so really pleased with that. Next, another piece of retail arbitrage. Ignore the £12.74. This sold for £15.99, free shipping. Picked this up in Home Bargains again, cost £5.99. Had about £5 or £6 profit on it, so pleasing with that. I think the second one sold on a 15% off sale for £12.74, which is probably why it's showing that. Which represented about 50p or a pound profit, but I'd maybe profit on the other one, and I was just happy to again see him go out. Another nice pair of football boots here, sold for £19.99. I think it cost either £2 or £3 at a car boot. Didn't really clean them up too well because there's still a bit of dirt on them, as you can see, but yeah, still sold quickly. And were listed 28th of October. They were listed, and they sold within a day or two of listing. So really pleasing and quick return there. So yeah, sort of, you know, over £10 profit again. And then this DVD, used, didn't even include a picture of it. Cost me 10p from the tip shop, 10 DVDs for £1. It sold for £11.04 on a 15% off sale. So don't ignore DVDs, there is still money in them, but you do need to be selective about what you pick up and the price that you pay for them. But again, £7, £8, £9 profit on that, more than happy with that. And then another video, On & Co, The Magnificent. This cost me about 10p. I've sold a couple of these 1x1s before, so I knew there was money in it. Sold on a 15% off sale for £7.64. Just made me a couple of pound profit on that, maybe £3 profit. And you know, just a couple of quick pictures, and what looks like an eBay stock image, and the job is done. And yeah, that sold second listing round, so that took just over a month to sell. So happy enough with that. And then these used to be bread and butter items for me. These Barbie vehicles, used to pick them up all the time for £2-3, and I used to sell them for anything up to £20. But then this one took absolutely ages to sell. It cost me £2 from a car boot. It sold for £12.99 on an offer, so it did make money. But it's another one that I relisted. I'd had it listed since March, so it took six or 7 months to sell. So I haven't really seen many of these more to pick up recently. I think I might have another one knocking around somewhere in the house, but that's it. But yeah, they used to be really quick and really good sellers for me. For some reason this one took ages, maybe down to the photos. It may be that once I start taking pictures and picking these up again and taking pictures in my light box, I'll do a bit better. But yeah, £2 into £12.99, £6 profit, that's okay. And then my final item is this Joe Brown's men's leather jacket. Keywords Looper and Bruce Willis, because he wore a brown leather jacket in that film, not this one. But yeah, this cost me, I actually bought this for myself in a charity shop. It cost £15. But when I took it home, I didn't tie it on in the charity shop because I knew if it didn't fit me, I was going to resell it anyway because Joe Brown's a good brand. But yeah, it didn't fit me when I got it back, so I listed it. I made up a price, $17,999. It got listed in this, I want to say it got listed in the summer. I think it got listed around August time, and then I actually ended it 2 months later and relisted it, and this actually sold on the relist within about probably just 10 days. It sold on the 31st October, and 10 days being listed for the full $79.99. So £15 into £80. Really pleased with that. Sort of, 40 odd quid profit, something like that. So yeah, well worth looking out for Joe Brown stuff. And yeah, I mean, not even the best sort of pictures. I wouldn't take pictures like this now at all. But yeah, into $79.99, and I made up my price on that because there wasn't anything really on the market, but it was in really good hard-won condition as well, which I think helped. So yeah, nice little return. And that's it, folks. That's the end of the update. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you on my next video.